Alright, well, vacation is almost over, so no more massive amounts of building for me. That being said, I saw the other day someone had posted a build in Durin's Great Forge and thought, wow, I gotta try to build there. The room is huge. It is quite honestly massive. I think the largest build I've ever done, and this one's taken me a couple of days. So thank you for the inspiration. I'm looking out over the rebuilt bridge. Now I use heavy adamant, a crisscrossed heavy adamant barrier substructure, and then put granite over the top. Though parts of it do fall off occasionally, as per the normal bugs of the game. In fact, I notice I have a little chunk missing out of my bridge. I'll have to go figure that out. Now I use that pattern heavily throughout most of my builds, and I'll probably build another or do another video showing how to do that. It does work very well, and not all of the pieces have to remain for it to remain structurally sound. So let's go into Durin's Forge. Obviously I cleaned it up a little bit. I didn't raise the floor so much to hide everything though. So let's come to the center. Here we overlook the Great Forge, and you'll notice that there are wings to the north and the south, or the east and the west, or left and right, however you're facing. And so down the center you have the forge itself, and there's breweries and bakeries and stuff to the left and right, and I'll bring you through those. Now, near the statues in the front to Durin and his different incarnations, there are two armories slash museums. I have obviously not moved my stuff. I probably won't. I like the base that I currently have, but this was just too big not to try to build in. So quite impressive amount of space. We'll start here with the west side. We've got storage, 6 mills, and of course your stations to do crafting. And then over here, you're another duplicate of the stations to do crafting, and a truly massive amount of open storage. Pallet upon pallet can be placed here. I have multiple levels of catwalk and storage. Obviously empty now, but quite an amount to put here. I think larger than any other storage area. So if you have a lot of materials you need to store, this place is for you. Alright, let's take you upstairs to the first level. Large baking area, cooking, grill, stove, and then the start of the brewery. Now there are 7 small brew kegs, 3 mediums, and 4 King's Brew. And because I don't like the ladders, I built this nice little platform that overlooks the forge, and I'll bring you down there in a minute. And you can just walk up and access the King's Brew tanks. I think no self-respecting dwarf would climb a 2-story ladder with a backpack full of stuff to feed into the tanks. They would be inventive and build themselves a platform. Alright, let me take you to the lower level. I had to cover a bunch of the room with adamant walls. The reason is, here's a view from in here. The reason is some of the walls in here the white walls did not provide structural support. So you couldn't push those heavy adamant barriers like you see above into the wall to get structural stability. They're just a facade. Alright, I already showed you down there. Up here, pretty much the same. another cooking baking area, and a truly massive amount of the upper level of storage. And the upper catwalk area. Just a ton of space. I build so much I don't have that many materials to store. Alright. Very nice view of Durin's Great Forge here. The area is so large you do need 2 to hit the far corners. Great hearts, so I did 2 of those. And you can see the brew tanks. There's 4 King's Brew tanks. And 6 of the large foundries, plus the 1 for the forge. And of course the kudzu forge. I added normal forges. I love these tunnels. That brings you back here to the storage, and the one over here brings you to the maintenance area for the brewery. Now, over here, you cannot build too close to the forge. It stops you. This ring, blocky ring, is the maximum size you can get. And I did put in the stairs. You can just walk up and grab a mug. Nothing's in anything yet. Alright, so this tunnel brings you through to the taps of the medium brew tanks. There are 7 of them. Nice wood inlay and lattice work. I really enjoyed that. And then of course this set of stairs brings you up so you can just walk up and perform your maintenance tasks. And I put in the lattice work for the railings just for aesthetics. Alright, so that's the bottom area. I built accommodations for 5 dwarves. There's enough for well over 10 here. So I'll show you the wing that I actually completed. So up in the upper deck, the balcony area, I extended, and there are a bunch of large apartments. And then a small keep. Some are not furnished. I had to work around that monument. There's just not enough. I left that in here from construction. Just not enough materials for me to bother moving everything. Lots of space here. I was going to use this to plant materials, but I didn't want to move my current garden because it was growing stuff. And I tried to decorate the exteriors nicely. I do like that view. The 7 stars on the forge. Very nice. Alright, so this is the piping area. There's an open space back here. And here is the little apartment. I have not decorated it. It's plenty of space though. I left access to this. I thought it looked nice. I was going to put a couple of monuments to the ancestors out here. And then upstairs is a deck. No, that piece fell off, it looks like. And I was going to put planters up here as well. Lots of natural sunlight in this room, so you don't need your lamps. So, 4 smaller apartments in this larger one, plenty of room for at least 5 dwarves. And you could do a mirror on the other side. Now, I did not, mostly because of resources. I was running thin on resources, and since I played the game 3 times, plus farmed 2 worlds, or 3 worlds, and started a 4th game, it seemed excessive to move so many materials in here. And so this entire area could house another duplicate of the other side. Here you see the crisscross pattern of the heavy adamant barricades. I hadn't put the granite on the top of it. It was basically running out. This holds up pretty well through reloads. In fact, I just loaded. So this is what I would do if I wanted to permanently build a base here in Durin's Great Forge. If you look at the map, it is literally double the size of any of the other rooms that I've done before. And you could fit a lot in here easily. 10, 12 dwarves, and if you could even have that many in a game, which you cannot. Plus the materials of 3 or 4 worlds easily in here. And does anyone else see those rock formations at the top? Do they look like faces? Like they do to me. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Anyway, that would be my build for Durin's Great Forge.